You an adult now. So you gotta grow up. You just can't go out here and just say, oh, fuck it, I give up. You can't give up on this baby. This baby didn't choose to be here. This baby didn't choose to be here. And if the little father don't help, I got you.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB Flair. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a pretty good one, man. We got a pretty good lesson, man, here. I guess it's for the youngins, right? This is a 17-year-old daughter, I believe, who got pregnant, right? She has a child now. Her father is receiving a little bit of backlash just because of his parenting style. Now, the little girl, she wants to go ahead and give the child up for adoption. The father ain't going for it. The father's saying, man, no, you're gonna stick through this. You're gonna stick through this. There will be no reason to give up a child who didn't ask to be in this world. Once again, all the parents are getting mad at the father and saying you shouldn't be yelling at the daughter in front of the child. Wouldn't say it's necessarily yelling. I would say it's more along the lines of constructive criticism. It's along the lines of constructive criticism because she's about to make a decision where she might end up regretting it later on down the road. Now, granted, we all know why a lot of people, we all understand people put their kids in foster care, right? They put the kids up for adoption because some of them just aren't suitable. Some of them just don't have the support to take care of that child. And that's understandable. Can't even be mad at that. Can't even be mad at that because you don't want to put a child in a position to where they're going to be handicapped their whole life, right? Because the mother and the parents don't have a way of making sure that they're taken care of. But with this little girl right here, right, it seems like she has her father in her life. Now, of course, you're going to have a few comments where people said that, you know what, hey, he obviously failed her as a parent, given that she's already in this position. So why are you even going this hard, right? So, and that's a good point. It might have happened under him. Who knows? That's why everybody go ahead and watch this video, man. So before we get into that, do me a huge favor, guys. Do me a huge favor, man. Do me a huge favor. I'm trying to work my way up in the algorithm, man. I'm trying to work my way up in the algorithm. So do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.
You don't want this baby no more. Young lady, you 17 years old. This baby didn't choose to be here. You gotta understand, when you lay down and open your legs to these little boys and bring this baby into this world, this becomes your responsibility. All your life, it's over. You gotta do this stuff for her. You just can't give her up for adoption and say you don't want her no more. That's not how this life works, young lady. I'm your father. I'll help you out with the baby. But I'll be damned if you let this baby go and go give her up for adoption like that. You don't do that to your child. You gotta understand you can't have fun no more. You an adult now. Back in my day, when you had a baby at 16, 17, 15, you an adult now. So you gotta grow up. You just can't go out here and just say, oh, fuck it, I give up. You can't give up on this baby. This baby didn't choose to be here. This baby didn't choose to be here. And if the little father don't help, I got you. I got you. But I told you, when you first got pregnant, I said, once you had that baby, ain't no going back.
Now, once again, it's very interesting that, like I said, when you look at boys today, you look at boys and you look at men today, just ask yourself, do men have the opportunity to do something like this? Do men have the choice to do something like this? We don't. Men don't have the choice and little boys don't have the choice. So once again, I think that's just a question that just should be thrown out there. Why should women be able to have the choice? Well, it's my body. It's my body. Once again, it's almost like it's a scapegoat to get out of that because once again, I mean, hey, yeah, it is your body, dude. I mean, yeah, it is your body. It is your body. Now, of course, if even that child is going to mess with your health, then okay, I understand that. You got to do what you have to do. But when you're talking about a situation where somebody just don't want to be the parent, women can just say, well, no, I don't even want to have it. Whereas the man has to hurt. Right? Pretty sure I'm pretty sure the mother say, hey, look, little girl, hey, look, daughter, I got you. Hey, look, and you can't even say daughter. Hey, for a lot of women today, for a lot of mothers today, they're best friends with their daughters. So come on, best friend, let me go ahead and take you to the clinic real quick. Come on. They're gonna support them on that decision. A lot of them will, right? A lot of them will. That's you're talking about an old school sister. You're talking about sisters that say 45 and up, 45s in the 50s and the 60s. Yeah, they're gonna school you and they're gonna say, no, you're gonna have to accept that. right? But when you talking about boys who are sitting over here saying, hey, man, look, nah, I'm not trying to deal with that. Even their mothers, even the boys' mothers are going to jump on them. Well, that's what you brought into this world. That's what you're going to take care of. And it's crazy. And once again, it's crazy because, like I said, women have that out to where they can just, once again, just give up the kid if they want to, just all willy-nilly. And the father's got to sit there and eat it. If the father don't want to have the child, guess what? The women can do it out of spite and have the child out of spite. Now you're just like, I mean, dang, right? Once again, very selfish. Right here, selfish behavior. Now, granted, she's very young. So, of course, she's like, man, I don't want to have to deal with this. But, hey, once again, like I said, if a man got to deal with it, you got to deal with it, right? If a man got to deal with it, you definitely got to deal with it. And see, the thing about it is, you know, he even said, man, if the little dude don't even want to help, I got you, right? So, of course, the father is there to support. But at the same time, right? At the same time, where was this at beforehand? Now, kids are going to do whatever they want to do, especially at the age of 17. But at the end of the day, that's where parenting comes into play. And if you left a good impression on your child, then you won't have that issue. If you left a good impression on your child, you will not have that issue. But that's the issue that this brother is running into, right? That is the issue that this brother is running into. Now, granted, you know, hey, some people might say, man, take this with a grain of salt. And I will tell you to take it with a grain of salt. But the only reason why I feel that this is very much true, I honestly believe this is a real situation, is because when you look at her leg, right? Her leg, the leg movement, nervous, feeling like I don't even want to be in here no more. I like, dang, you get it when you know what happens when you're crying as a child, you're getting scolded by your parents. You know, I'm talking about you're crying. A lot of people tend to shake their leg because I just want to get out of this situation because I'm pretty much back in the corner, but there's nothing that I can do to get out of it. And then a lot of times that's what people do when they're just very angry and when they're just very mad. And then you can see her take her hand, wipe her face. Right. So once again, that's why I said, man, you know, like I said, to me, this is very genuine. But once again, when you look at the father, I just feel like he should have done more. Right. He should have done more to keep her from this situation, providing that she is living up under him full time. But I mean, hey, probably not, right? Probably not. She's probably with the mother, right? She's probably with the mother, and the mother probably enables this crap, right? Because once again, if you look at a lot of young girls today and look at their behavior, mothers are always behind it. A lot of your mothers are always going to be behind that behavior. Well, she young. She want to do what she want to do. I've done plenty of videos of Sister Daphne, where you have fathers trying to look out for their daughter because the mother want to sit over here and dress their daughter like they're about to go to a club or something. You can't do that, right? You can't do that. So that's why I said, man, in this situation, hey, maybe the mother enabled this little girl. But at the end of the day, right? Given that the father is in the child's life, right? And hopefully he is getting custody of the child to the point where he can see the girl every other week, because the child support about to come up. I mean, if he is on child support, the name is about to come up, right? You only got one more year. The girl's 17 years of age. So once again, man, given that, you know, if you are in her life, could have avoided this. That's just my opinion. He could have avoided this situation. Also, you have to attribute to the type of culture that we're living in, where little girls nowadays don't even care, right? Even in my generation, we were bad. But now it's 10 billion times worse, where you're having little girls jumping straight onto OnlyFans as soon as they hit 18. We didn't have that, man, when I was growing up. We didn't have that back when I was in high school. We didn't have that. As soon as you got out of high school, you either went to college or my peers was out here going straight to work. None of them jumped straight on the internet and was busting it wide open and trying to do that crap. But now, because young girls are fantasizing how these women on OnlyFans are living a lifestyle, they're like, man, shoot, if sitting over here cracking it wide open on the internet can get them paid like this, I got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of boys at my school willing to pay to see this. Why not? Right? Why not? So of course, that's the trend that you're going to be getting today. Right? That's the trend that you're going to be getting out of a lot of girls. And a lot of girls are going to be making this mistake. I remember going back 2 years ago, going back and forth with some little girl online. You know, she said she a feminist. She was like, I'm like, yo, like 16 years of age, y'all indoctrinate them little kids that early? Hey, right? And then, some people might say, well, look at your channel, right? You're able, I'm pretty sure you got some 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds on here watching. Yeah, I do. I saw my analytics. I got a few of them coming in here from time to time. But once again, what am I pushing? What am I pushing? I'm trying to push men and women to come together, right? None of that fresh and fit stuff where they sitting over here saying, hey, well, you need to get a vasectomy at the age of 20 and 26 so you can focus. Nah, I say once you're in college as a boy, when you're in college, find a partner, right? Go ahead and find your college partner so you can go ahead and grow with that person. Because once college is over, it's the real world, right? It's the real world. And in this economy, we're going to need a partner. We're going to need a partner. She's going to need that baby father. And hopefully she vetted that man right. But in this economy, we're going to need a partner. So that's why I try to preach, at least for kids at 16 to 17. That's definitely what I want. That's definitely what I'm trying to preach. That's definitely what I'm trying to preach, along with every other channel. We talk about informative and productive things. Whereas you have these other channels like these female podcasts, these female-led podcasts that's talking about nothing. That's just bashing men, saying men this, saying men that, saying that. I mean, you even had, right? I even made a video. This is 2 years ago. 2 years ago from Madam, I think her name is the show called Madam or something. Literally, the episode was called Why You Shouldn't Compliment Women or something like that. It was like it's ridiculous, and women sit over here and say, "Oh, that's sexualizing me" or something like that. And you got little girls seeing this stuff, so they just have a skewed reality of life. That's why I say this little sister right here just have a skewed reality of life. She thought she could do whatever she wanted to do, and boom. That's what a lot of 16-year-olds thinking. But when you're looking at women today, looking at little kids today, as soon as they finish high school, they're jumping on OnlyFans into these other sites. You got WAP, people look, right? You got WAP, you got Megan Thee Stallion, you got look at what these little girls have to look up to today versus boys. Look what we have to look up to. See, boys still got J. Cole, they still got Kendrick Lamar. You talking about pillars, men of the rap community, and what do they rap about? Right, you got Drake. Sometimes maybe a lot of people don't like Drake, but he raps, and there's a lot of times he sings. He's versatile. He can do it. That's why he's one of the greatest artists on earth right now. But when you look at Kendrick Lamar, and you look at J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar might preach a little. Kendrick Lamar might rap about that stuff a little bit, but once again, he's a lyricist. When you look at a lot of these people, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Biggie, once again, you can go through a whole list. But let's go through the whole list within the early 2000s and up. Then when you look at women today, look at the list of women today. What do women have to look up to when it comes down to some pillars in the community? What do sisters look up to within this community? Nothing. You got Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, all of these women, man, who have a skewed perception of reality. Those are their leaders. So once again, it's a very different ball game. It's a very different ball game, and that's why you're in this situation. So, like I said, it's an amalgamation of a lot of things, man, as to what can contribute to why she is in the situation that she's in. But, hey, once again, you do also still have to throw the father in there and say, man, you failed somewhere, right? You failed somewhere. So, guys, tell me down below, man, what y'all think? Do y'all think the father failed? Right? Do y'all think the father failed? So you had a guy said he will help you. You better be thankful. Most dads with 17-year-old pregnant daughters kick them to the streets. Yeah. Somebody else says, I want to know who said it was bad parenting. Y'all 14% better not have no children if y'all think this is bad parenting. Okay, and then somebody says, okay, if she's grown now, then she can make the decision to not want her baby. She then goes on to say, I ain't going to defend the fact that she could have been acting fast or something, but people got to realize if you know you won't be able to take care of a kid, nor have the mentality, then it is what it is. There are plenty of people in the world who go over the moon for a kid. But and so she's simply just saying, man, look, she's not in a good position to take care of a child. Don't force it on her, right? Just allow her to give it up. And hey, some people might say it's good, but hey, man, listen, I think that's just something that you're just going to regret down the line. That's just me. I think that's just something that you're just going to regret down the line. So somebody else says the father failed at parenting originally. Now he's failing at parenting again, screaming in front of a toddler. Poor parenting. All right. So once again, man, you know, everybody has mixed feelings about it. You know, like I said, hey, you know, for me, like I said, I feel like he slipped up somewhere. He slipped up somewhere. But the fact that the father is still even willing to help, once again, he doesn't want to give up his grandbaby, right? He doesn't want to give up his grandbaby. So that's probably the biggest reason. So like I said, man, y'all let me know, man, down below, man, how y'all feel about the video, man. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.